Hey all, and welcome back to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the World of Light. You join us on a very momentous occasion because there is a new character in the game. It's very recently been added. It is, in fact, the Piranha plant, and I've been giving him a little bit of a go recently, and we're going to actually show him off here. How do you feel about the plant, boy, mate?
Honestly, out of all the characters that have been added to the game as a new character, I think he's mechanically the most creative aside from maybe the Belmonts. But even the Belmonts started with, oh, it's going to play like he would, in a Castlevania game. So he's very unique, and I actually really like him.
Oh, cool. I find him to be a little bit tricky. He seems to be a sort of a range fighter. Let me show off some of his moves. He's got that, which you can actually kind of angle, which is nice. And you got your regular smash moves and whatnot. You can charge up poison, which is very nice.
Yeah, the poison is really good for any battle involving stamina there because it will do a lot of damage. It is surprisingly powerful for damage over time there.
I haven't really figured out the best way to use the spike ball and whatnot yet, but I'm wrecking these mini Bowsers regardless.
Yeah, they're meant to represent the Mecha Koopas from the end of Mario World there, which is very nostalgic for me. I love those little guys.
As a gamer, you know that I love the Super Nintendo references. And speaking of, when the fuck are they going to put SNES games on the Switches Online? Like, they're talking about wanting to add more benefits to the whole Switch Online package. Put SNES and N64 games on there for a start, you know?
No, too bad. They're going to put in a version of Zelda 2 that starts you right at the final boss, because that's what everyone wants.
Which way should we go here, mate? We've got a bit of a branching path.
Well, we can pretty much go anyway, because it all ends up leading down one path. It looks kind of open here, but it's pretty much you go down a path, you flip a switch, and if you go the wrong way, then you go the other way to get the switch.
Alright, well, left or right, mate?
Let's go left.
Okay. Shadow Man. He's got a pretty sick remix in the game, I believe.
Yeah, Shadow Man's always been one that I really liked in the Mega Man Archie comic. They really played him up quite a bit, being specifically an alien. He's a space ninja, and they just dropped that information. They're like, yeah, he's totally an alien. The rest of the robots from his game, they're like, no, they're not aliens. He just alone is one.
Okay, gotta be careful here. Good old stamina match.
Yeah, they do this for pretty much every Mega Man boss that's a Robot Master, which is you fight them with stamina in an arena with multiple that represent him to sort of represent the franticness of a Mega Man boss fight.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm going to be using good old Piranha Plant here, whose final smash is actually PT of Piranha, by the way, which I thought was pretty cool. Even if it seems a little bit like they're reusing assets and whatnot, like it's just an up-resed PT Piranha from the subspace hemisphere, I still think it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be using him throughout this Bowser's Castle-looking area.
I remember when he was first revealed, and of course I go and watch all the people's reactions, because boy, if there's any reaction that I wanted to see, it was to that of the Piranha plant being announced.
Yeah.
And so many people were like, it's PD Piranha, and I'm like, no it's not, that's just PD in the final smash, he's just a Piranha plant.
Yeah, enemy breathes fire, the enemy is giant, oh my god, Giant Doge.
Yes, this is being Twin Bellows, the first boss from Kid Icarus Uprising there, who doesn't get much play in that game. He's just there.
It's okay. I got this. His recovery move is insane, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like one of Rob's or K-Rool's there, where it just seems to go. Like, some characters, you use their recovery, and you're like, oh, it's kind of like a third jump, and like, no, with these guys, it's way more. Piranha Plant was actually meant to have a third base jump. Sort of like a Charizard or a Meta Knight, but it's no longer in the game. It was originally in the game's data, and you can actually see the animation for him doing one more jump in the data, but they took it out when they realized, boy, why can this plant recover better than every Fire Emblem character?
It's funny, there is actually a third, additional mid-air jump you can unlock in the skill tree here. Let's go along the skill tree and see what we've got to spend here.
Some of these are really, really good. Again, my favorite being the double final smash, because whenever you're having trouble, just then turn on something that makes your final smashes get better. and get quicker, and then you get to do 2. And it's super broken, especially for the ones that, yeah, right there. So I think it's worth saving up for, personally.
Yeah, let's stick with that, and we'll go from there. You know, actually, it's funny. We started putting up the playthrough itself before we were, like, finished with it, and it seems like no time at all for you guys, but for us it's been like a few weeks to a month since we last recorded footage for this.
And a lot of people calling me out on things I'm super wrong about. It's great. I love it.
Alright, we gotta go really hardcore with this one, so let's do it.
Yeah, these legend battles are quite difficult, so we'll see how this goes, though, with the Franklin badge on. Hopefully those, every fire breath that it blows will get hit back to it.
We'll see. Jesus. Don't know why I was expecting, honestly.
So one thing that is cool is they will always, if it is a... Oh, is he gone? Did he do it? Aw, I had a couple of the legend battles KO themselves. But as you can see, like, Ho's in the background there. So these battles will also have a set world state. So for example, if it's a battle against one of the Metal Gears, that Metal Gear will always be in the background. They will actually set, like, the randomness of the battle as well.
Now, oh, I forgot, you don't have to do the spirit thing, that's just for the spirit board.
Yeah, right? Oh, it's much nicer, especially for those legends.
Whew, boy. Well, I have got a bunch of, like, slow down the circle thingy and chop a bit of it off, so it's not too big of a deal, really.
So you're speaking about the additional mid-air jump, that is what Ho-Oh gives as well, so if you put them both on, then you can get it to be really good. Get 4 jumps, why not?
Fire. I just love the Fire Emblem theme. I love it even more in the fucking Idol game.
Oh yeah, no, my favorite one though is the one for the mobile game. That is the install screen song, and it sings in Japanese, and then the same singer sings it in English. And it goes about as well as you would expect, but it's fun for that reason.
I'm just playing mind games with him. Footsies.
It's called Yomi. It's the only thing that's not included in fighting games, like as in tutorials, which is the mind games of the opponent.
Okay, there we go. I learned a new Japanese term thanks to Kingdom Hearts 3, actually, Shugyo, which I believe means training.
I didn't get there yet.
I
should get there.
It's a Big Hero 6 thing, mate. Don't worry about it.
I was expecting, yeah. I was like, no, it was in Frozen, of course.
Yes. You know when Elsa unleashed her Rasengan and basically torched the entire countryside?
Why did you do it, Elsa? To test myself.
To test my abilities. So yeah, that's the Piranha plan. I think I'll keep him until the end of the area and then we'll switch out, because it seems like the right environment for this dude. We don't have the switch
Fire
here.
and lava everywhere? Yeah, that seems like the best place for him.
Oh, I see. We do have to go down here to hit the switch. Coolio.
We got a Belmont. Specifically just Belmont, who is, I think, from the first Game Boy Advance game? I could be wrong about that. I only really know about Aria. The other ones I didn't touch at all.
Again, I still haven't figured out the correct method to use the Spy Ball, so forgive me if I abstain from using that all too much.
The Spike Ball is my favorite type of Smash move, which is the one that is so janky and weird no one knows how to react to it. So just throw it out sometimes and you'll eventually do something cool.
He's not wrong. Juiced Belmont.
What's your name? Belmont. What's your first name? Just Belmont.
Oh, okay, so you're just Belmont. But who's on first? And the prob's tomorrow. Jokes. Pronounce yokes. I see a treasure chest that I want.
So yeah, you got a little bit of Mario World here with hitting the switches, causing the overworld to change. I think it's a cute little area, though that lava background is a little garish.
It is a teeny little bit, yeah.
It's one of Sakurai's interns playing around with the Photoshop tool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good song.
Melty Monster Galaxy. Fuck yeah. Okay, we can't go to blue just yet, so we gotta go around.
That was one of the songs that I really, really wanted in Smash when it wasn't in the Mario Galaxy stage. And they're like, yeah, we'll give it to you. We'll just throw it in for you.
Why not? Oh, we got like the Spanish guitar remix of a theme from Super Mario World here.
Yeah, Man, Spanish guitars. Nintendo has made me appreciate and love them with Dark Pit's theme and then the couple that are in Smash here. There's one more after the Fortress boss that uses Spanish. Oh, it's one of the Tetris themes, I think. It's really good.
Oh, I'll get you. He's moving slow. He's trying to tempt me.
So the overall competitive view of Piranha Plant is that he is really good on the ground, but his aerial attacks are really lacking, and that he has no air game, which for Smash is something that they really want to, capitalize on. It is the only thing Smash has going for it that's super unique to itself is the air game.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by that, because what other fighting games have double jumps and whatnot? Well, mainstream ones anyway.
Well, ones that aren't anime fighters with sigils everywhere.
I'm trying to set poison off, you silly squid-like beings!
His poison attack is really was not what I expected for like how you input it, because it is like a charge, almost like a Samus laser. It's good, but it's different from what I thought.
I agree. I have no input other than placidly agreeing. Really? Yeah. How'd you like the damn apples?
There's nothing worse than just being like hit with the Star Rod, because it's like they're not even using it for its purpose. They're just whacking you with a stick.
Oh,
really.
God. Whack all the sexy piranha plants. Oh, yeah.
So Piranha Plant's attack where it gets really long there, you can actually grab the head of it, which can lead to some fun shenanigans with throwing him from half the stage away.
Wow. Well, I guess that's the downside to being a stretchy lad.
Yep, and hey, Groudon. Are you a Groudon or a Kyogre guy?
I'm totally a Groudon guy. Ruby version for life, mate.
See, I was always Sapphire.
Who the fuck is this?
So this is, Isia. She's from, Ash Archaic Sealed Heat. Basically, it's a, Japan-only DS RPG, where you would use the ashes of your fallen comrades, she's kind of like a general, to, send them off into battle.
Huh. I seem to recall, hearing about this game. Oh, God, Shovel Knight right off the bat.
Yeah, he's meant to represent one of these summoned heroes. So, yeah, it was a game that I think was going to come to North America, and then it was just one of those things where, we changed your mind. Bye, Shovel Knight.
You gonna get King of Cards when it comes out, mate?
Oh, well, I mean, I have the Treasure Trove collection, so I have it already. But I'm definitely going to even do a playthrough of it, because I've done one for every Shovel Knight game so far, and I love that game.
Jesus! Ah!
Yeah, these missions are a little, a little random. You can't really determine, yeah. I would definitely see if you have an explosion damage down support spirit to make you less explosion if you don't get it this time.
Or I could just kill her straight away.
Oh! Or, yeah, that works too.
She'll never even have a chance to let the bombs drop.
Yeah, there's a lot of those obscure DS RPGs in here that there's a bunch of them that I'm like, I recognize that from reading it in Nintendo Power, and then there's ones that I look at, I'm like, no, I don't think this game exists. There's a couple that are ungoogleable, that their only Google things are you type it in, and it's people asking, what's this game? I found this spirit for it.
Yeah, Volk and I had a thing like that when it came to a CGI anime that was called Spacebook. It's called The Journey Home in English, and there's barely any information about it online.
I've seen that on the Crunchyroll website quite a bit.
Oh, Peach. No wonder she'd be here. It's a Mario-themed area.
Yeah, it's not like Daisy would be here. She's off doing her own thing, because she doesn't get captured every weekend.
I think I'll switch to Peach after this, because I'm not too shabby with Peach. She's fun to play as.
And it would be thematically appropriate regarding a thing later, which we will see.
Oh. Come on, Tom. Don't let do mind games on you.
So, do you have a favorite Piranha Plant palette?
I'm a big fan of any single one that comes from the Thousand Year Door, honestly.
I'm actually a really big fan of the NES palette, which makes him like green and yellow and gives him the pipe. Just something about it is just so... It's not a Piranha Plant design that we see in like 3D or used anywhere else, but you look at it and you're like, that's iconic.
Sure is, mate. Sure is. Die! Oh, pulverizer of princesses, that is I.
I really love his smash attacks. They're just, they feel good to hit.
Oh,
But
yes.
now we're moving on to the princess, whose smash attacks involve frying pans.
Yeah. Well, can't have it all, I suppose. Alright, fighter.
Whoa, hey, what color scheme are you gonna choose?
That's true, I haven't really changed my colour palette at all. How do I do this exactly?
You just click on their portrait.
Let's see. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, black and yellow.
Hell yeah. Is that a reference to Shadow Peach, or am I just misremembering things?
Shadow Peach is more black and purple, or even dark purple and purple. This is just a reference to a really good color scheme that seems to be in every fighting game. Every fighting game has this one really sick black and yellow alt. Half the princesses have this color in this game. The only one that doesn't is, I think, Zelda, but the rest of them do, and it's just one that you look at and you're like, that looks good.
Wow. Yeah, could this area be more lava? And the answer is no. None more lava.
You'd be surprised, it could be more lava, because if you fight the upgraded Primal Groudon Spirit, the upper platforms are on fire as well, and he is bigger.
Jesus.
So you don't get to fight Primal Groudon on the adventure mode here, he's just on the Spirit board.
Okay. Come on. Yeah.
Just walks towards you slowly and menacingly.
You can't harm me! Well, actually you can, because you're giant.
Him being giant means it's a bigger target.
Hell yeah. How do you feel about Primal Groudon in terms of like the game and whatnot? Oh, you can enhance this to be Primal Groudon. Nice.
Yes, you can. In terms of Pokemon or in terms of Smash? Because let me tell you, in terms of Smash, Primal Groudon was a spirit that I used a lot.
Well, let's see if we can upgrade him here then.
In terms of Pokemon, I do really like the Primal designs for them. I like it because Primal Groudon makes the weird, evil giant Groudon from the Celebi movie, like, canon, because that looks like Primal Groudon. I remember watching that as a kid, and I'm like, what is this giant, weird, glowing Groudon? And then I look here, and it's like, oh, well, it was obviously just him going Primal, I guess. But I definitely think Primal Kyogre is the one I prefer.
That would have been really good for that, like, Aishla fight.
It might be good for an upcoming boss fight.
Well, let's just give him some num-nums.
Yeah, we gotta give him the poke nuts.
But how about in terms of, like, Orazme? How did you feel about how they handled the primal Pokemon in that game?
I like it. I think it's a fun sort of way to change it up a bit without necessarily going full-blown something different. You know, it's the same thing, but bigger, which I think is the way you should handle those remakes. Is, yeah, it's going to be the same game, but with bigger stakes, sort of like what they did with Heart Gold Soul Silver, making the dances to get the legendary birds.
Fair dues. I'm actually a big fan of using the up and B to attack people from below, like so.
Oh yeah, no, it has the perfect amount of hit stop that it feels good every time you do it.
He's mocking me. Not even a fully charged one. Okay, now we're getting to the fully charged.
Don't know why there's a Shaman on this stage. Shaman has absolutely nothing to do with Gen 5. So I think this is a dude that is meant to be related to a dragon in a Fire Emblem, so when you kill him, then his dragon comes out. Whether he himself is the dragon or the dragon is his pet, I don't know. I've only played the ones that, you know, have officially come out in North America. Scrub fan that I am.
Yeah, well, we can't all learn Japanese to do stuff, mate. It's fun.
I even tried installing some of the fan translations, and I started up, and it's, like, unreadable with, like, all the text garbled, and I'm like, nah, it's okay. And they're like, no, that's just for some story sections. The gameplay's all translated. I'm like, why would I need the gameplay translated? It's just click on your troops, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, have some num-nums.
Yeah, it's gonna be useful for... You could probably guess the boss. If we're in Bowser's Castle, who else could it be?
Oh man, we are 34 away from getting that double final smash. Alright, moving on.
Obviously the boss is going to be Ridley, right? Yeah.
let's do this shit.
Grabby Hands McGee here.
Grabby Hands McGee, the 4th Esquire, the 3rd Junior.
So this is the only boss that does this, and it's kind of sad where you're like, yeah, you're fighting not just, the boss, but you're fighting him being possessed by the boss's spirit here. So yeah, Giga Bowser, fighting way more like he does in Melee than he did in the other versions, because he's not really set up like a playable character. He has kind of different patterns that he does depending on your position around him. So if you're above him, he'll do an attack. If you're in front of him, he'll do another. If you're far, he'll do a different one. So it's quite interesting how they reprogrammed him to be closer to his original boss fight than the later ones where it's just Bowser AI.
Almost there. Boom! I mean, we are playing on easy, so I shouldn't really celebrate, but hey, this is just the right difficulty for me, I think.
Have you fought Giga Bowser in, like, Classic mode yet?
Oh yeah, tons of time.
Okay, so I'm just checking, like, that wasn't blind for you to say.
No.
But, yeah, we get Bowser for beating him, which is really cool, because, I mean, yeah, we fought Bowser, but you also get Giga Bowser's spirit. Sadly, equipping Giga Bowser to Bowser does not let you play as Giga Bowser, which I was really hoping for, but oh well.
He's in the final smash, so it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, it's though it's just the big Yoshi's Island punch and not the playable version, but oh well.
Oh.
But hey,
I think he's mad. Or maybe something changes in the overworld.
What's happening? Yeah.
Oh yeah, then we've been purified. We purified the castle, and Mr. Wings McGee up there is mad. Alright, what's gonna change now? Oh, it's just weakened even more. Okay.
Yeah, so there is one more area to go. We went to Shadow Moses, we went to Bowser's Castle, and we have one more special place to go. So we're gonna have to see where that is, as we have to manually exit the area, which I'm like, oh man, why couldn't you just put a teleporter there? But oh well.
That was the wrong part, Tom. It's fine.
What, you didn't memorize the layout of this area as we came in?
No, man, I'm
what
sorry.
What sort of adventurer are you? Aren't you mapping it on paper along as we play?
Is this even on a grid? Let's be honest, dude.
Like Etrian Odyssey with manually drawing the map. You should love it.